says he saw a girl. She's wearing the burqa, the whole thing. And he asked if she was a ninja. And I said, no. Well, he didn't understand it. He'd never seen it before. And we don't make our women walk around and dress like that. And if they don't dress like that, what do they do to them? They discipline them almost like a dog. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, where do you think the real war on women is? She's going to all these Islamic nations and trying to say that we have a war on women. They're like, they could really care. But another thing is you really think you're free. Things that, you think about it, you're free. You feel like, I'm free, I can do whatever I want. Well, do you really own your home? Let's say you paid off your home. Do you own it? Well, stop paying property taxes on it and find out how much you own it. See, pretty soon they're going to come to you and take it away. Do you really own the cash in your bank account? Well, offend any number of the state, federal agencies and see how quickly they confiscate it. Offend the IRS, do something against the IRS, and they will take it quickly. Do you really control your own body? You think you do? Well, my producer feels he does. He says try taking, human growth hormone like steroids or something like that, or taking different stuff. A lot of people take drugs and like that, and they end up getting in trouble for it. Marijuana is legal in 2 states? I think it is, Seattle and Colorado, and you can find it everywhere. So it's kind of like prohibition was. I mean, it's a waste of money trying to police it. So I don't do it, but I just think it's a waste of time trying to sit there and police it. Another thing is you really have the right to bear arms. Try buying, some magazine-fed weapons and see who comes knocking at your door. Or get that permit to carry and see where you can carry it and where you can't. So many places are popping up nowadays with, please don't bring your guns. We're a gun-free zone. More like we are a prime target for a robbery zone. We don't want guns in here. One of the big ones that just went out was, and I will stay away from, is Panera's. They were big to just come out against it. And not because I don't like Panera's. I mean, it's fine. But I just think that it's going to be, I think they're going to end up getting robbed. And I don't want to do is be the guy that goes in there. I mean, I don't carry all the time, but I would like to be able to carry when I feel like it and not have to worry about where I'm going at, what place I'm going. Another thing is, do you have the...
That's the problem. Not enough people carrying.
Yeah. Do you have the right to your own kids? We're talking about rights, Jimmy. I'm talking about rights now.
Yeah, I was catching that. That's why I ran over.
Spank them in public and see how quickly... DHS comes to take them and do stuff. There was did you hear about the shooting at the trailer park?
No.
Guy breaks into the trailer, and I guess it was, I don't know if it was an X or whatever, and he's beating the crap out of the lady, and the young kid grabs the gun out and shoots him, and he takes off. So what do? They take all the kids and take them into social services.
DSS? Yeah. That's bullshit.
I don't... The kid saved the mom's life.
Exactly.
But, we're talking about...
Why did the police do that? I don't get that. Even the public doesn't
maybe
like it.
Maybe she had to go into the hospital. That'd be about the only reason why I think they would do that. Because otherwise, if she goes to the hospital... Well, he did, because he got shot several times by the kid. He deserved it. He deserved to go into a little box about 6 foot down. That's where he needed to go. But I'm like, high five that kid. Way to go.
Exactly. A woman with kids, house invasion with a hatchet? I mean, Jesus, they made a better candidate.
Yeah, well, I'm just happy that it turned out to where nothing happened to her. I mean, you get some really, really,
Yeah, the guy was just starting. Kid put him in his place.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, he was 11-year-old girl pulled out the gun and started firing. But
oh shit, she knew how to do it and everything, huh?
That's
she knew how to take the safety of it. That is good. The mother probably took her out to the range.
5 children were at home, so I mean, this thing could have went really, really bad. But another thing I'm talking about, our rights and everything. Since 9/11, things that have changed in our country that you don't realize that have changed in our country, that you didn't realize that powers were taken away from you. Right now, the president, current president, and former president have the power to assassinate U.S. citizens. They can deem them a terrorist.
Yes, and once they're deemed a terrorist.
Once they're deemed a terrorist, they can take them out. It doesn't matter if they're on American soil or foreign soil.
Which is fine with me.
Just make sure that they're an actual terrorist.
Why stop there? Let's do it with murderers, rapists, and the rest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just see, there goes the rapist down the street. Drone strike, Indefinite detention. Look at the guy remember back in Benghazi, was supposed to be, the guy was detained over a YouTube video that caused everybody to uprise about the disrespect he did to the Quran. If I'm not mistaken, he's still in detention.
No, you're talking about the guy that
they made the video.
Made the movie. Yeah, exactly. No, he went in on a different charge, and he's probably out by now, unless he's still doing time for it.
But they can hold, they don't have to do any charges against you. If they feel it's a terrorism suspect, they can hold you as long as they want.
I'm not sure if he was on parole and he broke parole violation. That's why I think he went back to jail.
What, making a video?
I don't know what to say.
What was his violation? Making the video?
I don't know. Inciting a riot? I don't know.
Well, they like to say that it was that, but that's not what caused Benghazi.
No, that was the cover-up
I'm sorry,
story.
But spontaneous demonstrations don't pop up with RPGs. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
So, and
as a matter of fact, there was no people that protested or anything. It was all the terrorists.
Oh, yeah. What they did was they attacked because it was 9/11. And then they didn't want to look bad by not responding, and they wanted to turn it into something else. It was too close to election. God, we can't look bad. We got to turn it into a spontaneous demonstration.
Well, it's their country now, Libya, so that's why they went over and attacked the U.S. I mean, how blatant can they be? And like I said, the press just printed it up a whole different way.
And these guys came back. The guys that were involved, that survived, were like, "What the hell are they talking about? There's no way that was a spontaneous demonstration." So, and they got away with it. I mean, the government got away with it. It'll be well after this. It'll probably be.
Yeah, it'll all come out after he's out
of
office.
It'll be so far out of office, and it's the problem is, and everybody will be
he's
like,
going to go down as the worst president in history.
Well, people come out and they'll go, "Oh my Lord, I can't believe that he really lied about that," and they play that pandering BS, and then the media will be like, we didn't know either, and you're just like, okay, you're so full of crap, it's you see it. It's so blatant on some of the news, like this guy right now, who killed that lady in Oklahoma. If it comes out as workplace violence, I'll throw up. That's what they like to class it as. You know why? Because then they can't, like those guys that were in the military that were shot and killed, they couldn't get benefits because if it was considered a terrorist attack, they'd get benefits. I'm like, you're kidding me. You're worried about benefits about somebody because you're classifying it as workplace violence? Yeah, it might be workplace violence, but it's because it was a freaking terrorist. Another thing that the government now has powers to do, warrantless searches. They gave them sweeping power under the Patriot Act in 2001 and 2011.
Again, if it has to do with terrorism.
It says, yep, including,
right, that's what you're saying.
Defense
they're like they're going to do that to everybody in the U.S. No, it's just if they're connected
all
to
terrorism. All they have to do is somehow make it look like I think his passport looked like he was going to Mexico and going to do some drug smuggling.
They usually, if they get a mosque in question and they think they're suspicious.
He walked by a mosque. Yeah, we saw it.
No, see, you're getting ridiculous. I mean, if they're doing
this is what my show's about, Jimmy. It's about the ridiculous. You didn't figure that out by now?
Yeah, I know, but I don't. The government is that ridiculous to do shit like that too, just to shut it down. They do it on purpose.
Yes, and also now, secret evidence. They got federal and military courts and stuff like that. They have secret courts.
That I agree with when it comes to terrorism, because there's some shit you just can't say. It gets in the papers and it goes back to Yemen.
Well, it's going to go back to Yemen no matter what.
Not if they have secret courts.
And then their immunity from judicial review. They continually monitoring of citizens, and you tell me that's true. Look at that NSA facility that was out, in the middle of nowhere.
It isn't the government that's monitoring. It's every bank, store, red light. I mean, you got to figure you're on camera when you step out of your house.
Everywhere you go. Somebody said to me,
my neighbor's got surveillance. All right, so I'm on video as soon as I step out.
They're watching you. But
watching the park.
Yeah. But no, Mike Allen posted something on there, and it was about. It said something about. Pretty soon we'll have microchips implanted. We already do. You don't realize it. You already do. If you have a cell phone, you already have it. You're taking it with you no matter what. You're walking around, you got the cell phone on you. Everywhere you go, most people have to have it with them. You look at it, they have, that or they got one of these little fit bands going on, or they got this, a special, watch that does all this extra stuff. And they're plugged in wherever they go. They have to have something with them. They're being tracked everywhere they go. You look at, they'll sit there and they'll something will happen. What do? They sweep in, they take control of his computer. Oh my God, he was surfing the web and doing this and that. And they know everything about you. He went to Home Depot and he looked at floor tiling and, they got every damn thing you've ever done. And that's a little scary how they got people that will sit there and try to destroy their computers, and what do? They come in and I'll talk more about that later. There was a guy that, supposedly destroyed all his evidence, and they were able to do is talk about everything that he'd done because of his computer. But then they said beforehand that he did such a good job of cleaning his tracks. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. That's a different subject, but yeah, it's a little scary to what have you become accustomed to? When you go to the mall or you go to the airport. You go to the airport, you're accustomed to seeing a guy standing there with a freaking semi-automatic weapon. 15, 20 years ago, we never saw it. Well, probably 20 years ago, we never saw that. That was very uncommon. If somebody was standing there, you'd kind of be like, what the hell is going on? But nowadays, If you see one, you don't think twice about it. You're actually